Well, let me start, Dr. Abati, by telling you that this style of removing national chairman did not start with Dr. Iyorchia. It started with Prince Uche Secondos. The same scenario, the same everything, except, of course, the demography is different. Now, in the case of Uche Secondos, his ward was said to have suspended him. It was ratified by his local government, and given a stamp of the authority by the state government, and then the judiciary issued an ex parte order, which he respected, as a party that respects the rule of law. Now, the same situation the judiciary compounded. Now, on the issue of Secondos, because of the hula baloo that it has generated over time, it was an issue that drew the attention of the National Judicial Council, the NJC. The NJC, for the first time, had never investigated any case on its own except through a petition sent to it. But on that issue, the NJC made a very tacit investigation, and then they came out with the issue, with the fact that there was no justification for even the actions that were taken by the courts, because there was no urgency for the ex parte order, and I think the statement was released by Honorable Justice Mary Odili, who said there was no hurry. There was an ex parte order ought to be given if there was something that was going to affect something which was in a hurry, and there was no hurry in that respect. So the NJC now ruled that such type of cases has to be done within the FCT, the Federal Capital Territory. However, our judiciary is used to blatant disregard of even their own orders. Now, how can a high court in Makurdi grant an ex parte order, on such matters, when even those people who actually suspended Ayu they had no powers to do that? Ayu is a member of NEC and is the chairman of NEC. And being the chairman of NEC, nobody has any authority to suspend him except the NEC itself. And the NEC cannot even suspend him until there is cogent and verifiable reason of any offense that he is alleged to have committed, and which the NEC is satisfied that such an offense had been committed before he can even be suspended. So I think, going with what Ayu has said, I believe him that it is only an exercise in futility. It's merely for an egoistic journey to be able to say, I told you I'm going to remove him, and I'll be able to remove him, even if it is temporary. But the fact of the matter is that if the courts are supposed to uphold the rule of law and do the necessary things, and that there is not any external influence in the decision of the court, I think on the 17th of April, the ex parte order will have been lifted, and Ayu will be back to his office performing the statutory functions of the national chairman of the party. I do not believe that even where issues have been raised, before the National Working Committee, the National Working Committee cannot, because a ward has raised an issue, go ahead and suspend him, and then, take certain steps to try to remove him permanently. For Damagum to have said that they were going to investigate the matter, I don't think it is within their purview to investigate any matter, when someone has been suspended by a court of law. Now, since the matter is before a court of law, and they have to wait for the outcome of the court. Whichever decision that the court takes supersedes any decision that the party will take on any matter with regards to this. So I believe that when Ayu goes before the court and the ex parte order is lifted, he will come back, and if there is any issue, if the petition has also been submitted to the NEC of the party for the anti-party activities, then the National Working Committee, in consultation with the board of trustees and other relevant stakeholders, will now decide to say, okay, you step aside, let us set up a committee to investigate these allegations. This is what our party has always stood for. This is what our party has said. And so there is no any individual or any group of individuals that will go and sit down and plot somebody's removal, and I think they can succeed. The fact of the matter is that I believe, in my own opinion, that Ayu also has an issue, which I believe, he didn't handle all the issues of the G-5 and so forth very well, because I have come to the conclusion that why was it necessary for him to expel distinguished Senator Chimaroke Namani, whose anti-party activities was not even pronounced, if not for the fact that we who are on Twitter Spaces and so forth and so forth, his activities were not too damaging to the party, to the extent that he can make us win or lose in any election. But look at the G5, where there are sitting governors who are now waging war against the party, and one of them, who is their lead spokesperson, comes out every day in the form of commissioning projects to come and denigrate or lambast either the presidential candidate or the national chairman of the party or any other person he deems fit that he will insult on the podium. So what is the issue? Why did Ayu not suspend him? And I think the man and even Otom, when they discovered that they were going to, that their cases were referred, his case, Otom's case was referred to the disciplinary committee, and some other actions were taken against Iyorchia and some others. Okay. They decided to now hatch this plan to be able to remove him.